Alright, are we live right now? It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm not even sure. I feel like my camera is off. No, that's not what I want to do. I feel like I'm slightly stretched on the actual camera. But, oh well. So can people hear me right now, first of all? Say in chat if you can hear me. Alright, perfect. Okay. So a few people are coming in, so I'm back, sort of. It's been a little while since I'd uploaded something. I made a video yesterday, but other than that, it's been quite a while. I'd say probably 4 months or so. I have to look at that. How long was that? How am I this afternoon? I'm pretty good. It's a good day so far. Yeah, there's like a 3-month gap between the last upload. Before that, I've been keeping up the weekly upload thing for a good year. It was pretty tough, but it was fun while it lasted. But as more people come in, I can talk a little bit about where I've been. But in general, you can ask any questions you have in chat. And I'm just here to talk to you guys. This won't be a super long stream, but just kind of a I'm back sort of thing. Even though I don't plan to go back to weekly uploads or anything like that. That one upload was very fun to make, but probably not going to do a whole lot more. Just don't really have too many ideas at the moment. And I'm sorry if my chair gets squeaky, but right now, wearing an Olympic National Park shirt. I came back from there a week or so ago. So Pretzel 2, the main thing, a lot of the trips involved hitting a bunch of parks in a fairly short time frame and finding the cheapest transportation options, such as relocating RVs or finding cheaper rental cars, and then saving up more for the bigger Alaska trips and such like that. And of course, anyone else can ask questions. Got any park trips coming up? Not really, honestly. So when I think about what's coming up, was there any? Don't really have any national park trip planned. The one just came back from Pacific Northwest was very fun. I might rank the Pacific Northwest parks if I can. All right, so for non-park trips, I do have something fun. I could do an amusement park trip because I have another channel, Theme Park Avenue, where I talk about roller coasters and theme parks more. That one will get me to the rest of the parks in this one chain called Cedar Fair. All right, so where does Virgin Islands rank on my list? I can pull up my list and see where I put it. I got to update the North Cascades ranking also, I guess. Virgin Islands is number 35 right now, which even though that's bottom half, it's still a great park. I consider all but like 4 of the parks to be awesome and worth visiting. But yeah, I've got the list up if there's more questions about that. But once we get, I don't know, if we can get 10 people in here, I'll definitely go into more detail about where I've been and why there's been less uploads. But maybe if we stay at 5 for a while, then I'll just explain it. But anyone can ask more. As a Voyager's apologist, will I ever return? Maybe. I don't have plans to. I'm not much of a fisherman necessarily, so while there isn't really a plan to, I could go back someday. In terms of parks I want to go back to most, North Cascades was there, and I'm glad I got back. Then I would say Kings Canyon and Capitol Reef. All right, so those 4 you mentioned, yeah, those are definitely 4 that I consider some of the not great ones. I still like them. I especially had fun at Hot Springs, but yeah, they're not extraordinary. And since only 2 people have asked questions, 5 people are in the stream, more people, you can feel free to ask anything you want, any questions about national parks, other stuff. I'll do my best to answer most. All right, we're up to 7. That's something. But it is fairly nice to be back. The video I just made about best national parks for wildlife was a fun one to make. And it was definitely a mix of personal experience and going into some sort of analysis of which parks are most likely. Uh, Main highlight was locking keys in the car. Ooh, yeah, that does not sound great. And sorry if I look down every once in a while. I'm just pulling up like a spreadsheet on a different screen. All right, at 11. Okay, so I assume some of you are like, where are the uploads? Where have you been? That sort of thing. I'll go into that a little bit now. So some of you may know, and I'm sure most of you only know of me because of it. My one national park ranking from 2021, a year later, kind of took off and got a lot of views, hundreds of thousands, all that. I, looking back, I'm not super proud of that video. It's flawed. I've improved since then in terms of a lot of the things about how I make videos. And that one, it was all right, but it also kind of showed me that a lot of people who watch national park videos don't really like when you go to a park for 1 or 2 days. They say in order to even talk about it, you have to go and see every single thing. And while there are two types of commenters, some are saying if you ever go back, you should do this, and some are like you can't say you visited, and you aren't allowed to enjoy the park if you don't do this. And some of those of the latter can make me feel like I'm not supposed to be making national park videos, even though I only make them to share my experiences, have a little fun, maybe teach people one or two things. I just make the videos because I enjoy them. I enjoy ranking things. I enjoy talking about my experiences. And sometimes it doesn't feel great to be uploading a video when you feel like, what if people say that you did the wrong thing going to a national park? And in general, I've had a lack of inspiration and ideas for videos. The wildlife one came to me fairly recently, and I was glad I did that. And I was mentioning making a series about underrated parks, but I'm not really sure. I I'm not sure I'm going to go through with that. But if people ever have ideas, they're always welcome to give them, and I might make some. But I focus a bit more on the theme park channel lately, and fairly glad I have, because in that one, the audience, while not necessarily having less gatekeepers, the gatekeepers just are sometimes a little more of the going immediately the were you high when you made this video route instead. Hello, anti-trim brakes. We were just talking about how I've had a little lack of motivation and inspiration for national park videos for the last few months, and that's why there was a bit of a gap. But there's still some stuff I've made. I'm still proud of some of the videos, but I'm not sure I'll ever make something quite like the ones I enjoyed the most, like my Yellowstone anniversary video or the American Samoa, or I should say Samoa. And if you have any questions, trim breaks, you can feel free to ask. But man, looking back, it's kind of crazy that all my videos are under 20,000 views and then the one is way up there. It's kind of nice that it got a lot of views, but with more views, you naturally attract more people who don't like your stuff. But I'm glad I was able to learn from that one video and improve the content to an extent, even though I'm not making as much anymore. But I can't believe I was keeping that schedule for a pretty long time. And by the way, this stream probably won't be super long, but maybe I'll do more streams because it's summer, got a little more time. But that was pretty much everything about where I've been. A trip planned to Great Smoky Mountains and planning to, sure, clean the dome, get some good hikes. I hope you have fun. Great Smoky Mountains is one I need to get back to. It's been a while since I got to that one. Honestly, of all parks, it might be the one that's had the longest gap since I last visited it. The missing 411 phenomenon. I'm not sure I have. What is that? So when I look through, Great Smoky Mountains is one of the parks that's been the longest since I had a visit to. Because I went back to Badlands 2 falls ago. That was a nice trip, honestly. So missing person cases under strange circumstances. I have some understanding of that. Yeah, in national parks, that makes sense. So I don't know if people are interested in doing something like me finding a national park Kahoot. I can do that, and we can try to do that. And maybe I'll give a shout out to the winner or something. And people say in chat if that's something you want to do, if that sounds dumb or boring or anything like that. Don't have to do it. But because this is a stream, I feel like 10 and 11 minutes isn't quite enough. All right, some people seem interested. I can start looking at stuff. In the meantime, you can continue to ask questions, and I should be able to see them. 1 second. All right. I haven't hosted one of these in a little while. I remember last time it was all over the place with inaccurate information. Something. One of the vids, the one about best thing. Oh, the sections. Yeah, so Pretzel 2. The issue with that is the chapters were automatic, and I think I can probably take them off, but YouTube chapters don't always effectively work. Sometimes they'll miss some or label them inaccurately. So I can try to fix that. All right, Spiral Bulldog top 10 hike. How long has it been since I made my top 10 hike video? I know I made it at some point. Oh, that was over a year ago. All right, yeah, that was back when I basically started doing the weekly upload thing. So I could revise that. Ho River Trail might make that list now, actually. That was a great hike that I did over back in earlier June. Very fun trip. All right, so Mist Trail. Mist Trail was definitely on the list, and if not, it was very close. Absolutely a great one. So let's see if we can find some sort of national park Kahoot. Let's see. This 20 question national park trivia. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I think I like this one. So it looks like it's going to be, it gives you a picture and you name the park. So I'll start it up. Okay, most strenuous or borderline dangerous hike I've done. The first that comes to mind is Tenalian Mountain in Lake Clark National Park. It was pretty high elevation gain. I thought it was 3,500 feet or so, which is more than a good amount of hikes I've done for sure. And the last part is on a very narrow ridge of loose rock. Getting to the peak was crazy, but getting back down, I was actually somewhat surprised I made it. I didn't think it was going to work out. Now, Bear Fence and Shenandoah, that's a good pick, actually. Okay. Got it. Just have to set up my screen and get my mouse on Bluetooth again. Oh, 1 sec. Okay, is this? I should probably make myself a little smaller there. I've not worked with OBS in a little while. And I'll go in the other corner. Ah, that's the whole thing. And now, I better give the Kahoot pin. Because we have two people, I'll give a little more time for any other who wants to join. All right. Is there anyone else? All right. Speculation on future national parks. There's been some developments on that spin lock, so I might have to do more of those. I've heard that it's been basically narrowed down. I don't remember. There was four on the list. I know Delaware Water Gap and the mountains in Georgia that I won't try to pronounce the name of until I know for sure how to say. Scramble hikes. Scramble hikes can be fun. Sometimes really tough though. All right. Is this it? Two people want to play? I don't want to keep waiting for too long. So, all right, there's nine now. Hopefully, they don't give you like an hour to answer every question. All right, fire away. And yes, you can join from another device and play. Oh, okay. I guess I could. I didn't look at the answers much really. So maybe I will. Won't be able to. Yeah, I'll do that. So I guess that'll give others a little more time to get ready. And there are four now, which is good. All right. I don't like this character. I think I'm gonna change what it is. All right, I'm seeing there's a moose. Moose are a cool animal to see in a national park, so it's good. And the hat, maybe. Uh, I don't know. Not the hat. Let's go with these weird glasses. Okay. With that, should we begin? Brian, I like Zion the most. Zion is a beautiful park, extraordinary place. All right. With all of that out of the way, in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Anyone who wants to join, just remember the pin is in a pin comments. All right. All right. Name this park. I'm seeing a misspelled Yosemite on there, but all right. Yep. Guess the park. Is it Yosemite, Glacier, Yellowstone, or Redwood? I'm also now realizing I probably should not have joined because of stream lag on everyone else's end, giving them a disadvantage. But what everyone say, everyone who answered got it right. I thought there were five in here, so okay, yeah, I'm not sure if I should have joined. Anyway, name this national park. Actually, I'm not too certain about that one. I went for Kings Canyon on that one, I admit. So good job to the people who knew it was Redwood. There was something about the color that seemed a bit more, I don't know, redwood, like more sequoia-like than a redwood. All right, name this national park. Gotta love the music. All right, number 5, the 5th player. Next up, name this national park. Um, Not sure about them adding what the feature is called. I feel like that was unnecessary, but maybe not. All right, everyone got that one. Name this national park. What do we got? Ooh, ooh, good. Crater Lake. I was just there a little over a week ago, actually, a little while ago. It was on the same trip as North Cascades and such. Cool to see it with clouds and also at clear time. All right, what's next? So name this national park. Death Valley. I like how the picture had the cow skull just to make sure you knew exactly what it was. And based on the fact that everyone got it right. Name this national park. Hmm, tricky. The fact that Waterton is on there is interesting, but maybe Waterton has caves I don't know about. I was pretty sure it was Mammoth. It was. Huzzah! All right. I can understand Carlsbad as a guess. I thought because Carlsbad has the bigger stalactites, stalagmites, it reminded me more of Mammoth Cave. Next up, name this national park. And this was the Great Smoky Mountains. I can understand guessing Acadia. I was kind of thinking of that. Name this national park. Hmm, good picture. Oh, I didn't answer that one. But yeah, yeah, Mesa Verde is the answer. All right, we all knew Delicate Arch. Um, Anti-Germ Breaks, Capitol Reef. I didn't really do a whole lot at all. I did Sunset Point, and that was all I ended up doing. It was a brief stop between Bryce Canyon and Zion. I have to get back there. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that one. It kind of had a Grand Teton shape to it, I guess, but I got that one wrong. So good job to Rocky Mountains and Smurv. It looks like got that right. Okay. Ooh, all right. I got. Oh, they try to throw me there. It was Glacier. Waterton's an interesting one to add there because they border each other. All right. Number 13. What do we got? Okay. That looks like Sand Beach to me at Acadia National Park. All right, name this park. Oh, wait. Everyone got that one. Yeah. How cold are the beaches at Acadia? Very. Ah. Um. Hmm. This one is. I'm not really sure. Though, actually, now looking at the image, I see it says KICA in the bottom right. So Kings Canyon is the answer there. Definitely need to get back to that one. I'm catching up. All right. Name this park. Yep, that one was Carlsbad. Be pretty mean if they did Mammoth Cave twice in a row. All right, number 17. Name this park. Ooh, good one. All right, what's it looking like now? 3 questions left. Let's see what we've got. Is it? Yeah, all got Congaree. Good job. Congaree is underrated, honestly. I thoroughly enjoyed that one when I went. I'd like to get back to that one, honestly. Might do that. All right, name this park. Good music. All got Joshua Tree. Very nice. 8 in a row. I'm can't help but feel like Smurf has more than that, so it's weird that they would highlight someone doing worse. But last question. All right, who will win? I know. I think I know the answer. Pretzel 2. I feel like it's in the 50s for water temperature. All right. It was Rocky Mountain National Park. I think it was. That's Emerald Lake. I'm pretty sure. Just very snowy. Okay, who won? Well, in third place we have Rocky Mountains, and Smurf got second. Does that mean at the last second I pulled ahead by like 10 points? Okay, but I have the advantage that I see it before you guys use stream lag. So Smurf is the winner, and then Pretzel and Duck were fourth and fifth respectively. Smurf, you won. Yeah. Okay. Are people interested in another one, or want to end the stream, talk about other stuff, Q&A? Leave it up to chat. Just back to this for now. I'll X out of this Kahoot. Ever think I'll work in the park service? Maybe. I think I would like to possibly be a ranger in the summer at some point. For now, there's nothing in the works, but maybe in the future. All right. So, are there any more questions? Have I been to Rocky Mountains when there's still snow? Oh, yes. My first trip to the Rocky Mountains was March 2016. Very snowy. And didn't do any hikes as a result, but we saw a coyote and a herd of elk, so that was nice. I did enjoy it, even though the weather conditions meant recreation was less so. Any other national park content I consume? I'll be honest, I don't watch a ton of videos about national parks, but I highly recommend America's Parks for those who don't know that channel. It's a great one. Randy is a very nice guy. He does a sort of mix of vlogs and just showing national park footage. Love his stuff for sure. My favorite NPS site besides a national park, I think I would probably go with Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. Of course, what's happening with the lakes is unfortunate, but my trip there and then going into Rainbow Bridge after that was beautiful. I love that place. The boating is amazing. The Horseshoe Bend is a fantastic site, truly worthy of the postcards it's always on. All right, parks implementing reservation systems. Oh man, I don't know if you've seen my video about Zion being really crowded. I'm glad that's one of my more popular ones, but unfortunately, it seems kind of necessary for some of them because of the fact that too many people on a trail can not only make a worse time for the guest, but also for the park itself. So these systems, they might be frustrating for some, but at the same time, I think they'll ultimately be helpful for the future. What else is asked? First day of May. Oh, you got to Emerald Lake on the first day? I know my hike to Emerald Lake, it was in summer at that point, so we were able to do it without any snow issue. Let me think there's another national park channel or anything I consume or recommend. There's a lot of good ones. I just don't watch a lot of them. I do know I always like looking at other people's national parks ranked lists, even though none of them are the same. All right, reservation. Mount Whitney's reservation system. Interesting to know, actually, because I know some friends who want to do Pacific Crest Trail and do that, so I'll pass that on to them if they don't know. Yeah, anti-trim breaks. The thing with overcrowded parks, I've had very few poor experiences with people there. Most are respectful and understand what you should and should not do in a park at the very least, but I have seen people feeding squirrels. I saw people feeding a squirrel a bag of chips, not the chips, the bag itself, and that was so unfortunate. Um, Money off of reservations for public lands. I don't know how it works for some of them, so I understand the reservation system. I don't know how much it costs at each park. It's been a while since I did one that had reservation system. A trip to Yosemite, I recall, did. I don't remember how much money that was. It may have been free, it may have been not. But I went to Redwood National Park. Tall Trees Grove is a reservation system, and that was amazing. Beautiful. And I was glad we were able to get the reservation. But the fun thing is that one's free, and that one we got just a couple days before because it was an just extra last minute place we added to the trip. And Redwood is a nice park, even though it's not one of my like favorites. It's a great one. But this whole reservation system, some of them seem necessary, but if it's going to the national parks, yeah, a lot of dumb people. Everyone's dumb in some way, but what'd you see? Canyonlands, teenagers pretending to push each other off the cliff. Yeah, seeing things like that always makes me a little bit scared because I feel like, what if something happens by accident? They mess up and they fall. I'm glad they didn't fall, but I also hope they don't do that more in the future, just for their own sake. Right? If it's an established campsite, you have to reserve online. Oh, is that like from recreation.gov? Oh yeah, the Sunrise. Cadillac Mountain had the reservation system as well. I know you're mentioning Haleakala, but Cadillac Mountain and Acadia. That that was free, I think. I can't remember how much it costs for the specific reservations for the things, but I do know I was able to see Cadillac Mountain sunrise, and it was cold, but it was beautiful. Love that. So, any more questions? Looking like there isn't much, but with that, I'm very happy that some people made it to this stream. Uh, Anti-trim brakes. No, I have not done any 14,000 plus peaks, but maybe in the future. The last thing I'll say before finishing this is, are there any videos you want to see me make? Any specific parks you want to see me cover? Because I'm somewhat fresh out of ideas, or the ideas I've had, I'm not interested enough in them to want to make the full video. So if there's one that interests you, Smoky Mountains, I can't make a video about Smoky Mountains. I just haven't seen enough of it yet. That's one concern where I feel like I have to see a certain amount of the park before I'm able to make a video without getting flack. But let's see. Recommendations for specific time lengths at parks. Oh yeah. That's a cool idea. And that reminds me, I had the idea talking specifically about Everglades, giving top 10 travel tips for it just because Everglades is my home park. It's fairly close to where I am. So I have a good amount of experience with it, and I definitely have recommendations for it. Of course, like bring sunscreen is a easy one. So that's everything. I think we're going to end the stream here, but thank you all for logging on. And how bad is the rain there in winter? Florida rain is bad always, honestly. But in winter, I think it can be terrible. Oh, Brian. Oh, yeah. Big Bend is good. I made a Big Bend video back when I had like 50 subscribers. So, an update on that, I think that could be great. Yeah, in Everglades, the rain is bad frequently. If you get lucky, you're good. There's no real way to know if you get lucky. So, I definitely advise having an umbrella ready. So, I think I'll probably make a video about Big Bend then. Analyze what makes it a really beautiful, worth visiting place. Thank you for the idea. And with that, thank you all. Subscribe for more content. I'm sure anyone who'd be on this stream right now is already subscribed. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.